Hello there everyone, it is Toby from TIJ Music and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking through something a little bit different, an idea I had over the next few weeks to feature some albums from some of my favourite years in music. And the premise of this series is to basically pick maybe 8 to 10 albums, obviously as many as I can pick. Don't be ridiculous and pick 2, but equally don't pick 30 or 40. I haven't got 30 or 40, but I've got a list of 9 albums today from what I think is one of the best years in music. 1976 we're going to start with today. There's a variance of artists. Most of these are rock albums, hard rock albums, but a lot of them are really important. There's a few, I would possibly say pop albums, maybe just the one actually, but the rest of these are all rock. But there are some other years I've done where it ranges quite a lot. I mean, 1981 in particular, obviously got the introduction of New Wave, got the New Romantics, etc, etc. So there's quite a variation in albums there, and I also wanted to show off my new difficult to cure short shirt by Rainbow that come in the post yesterday. $6.99, very, very cheap. I had the last one, unfortunately, but cracking design. Really nice. It's a black shirt. Rainbow Difficult to Cure from 1981. We will be showing... I've said it now, haven't I? We're going to be showing a Rainbow album today, and any of you... And sorry, this bloody... this is the first time I've worn this, and this bloody tag at the back's killing me. But anyway, for those of you who know me, there's a particular album from 1976 from Rainbow that is an absolute classic, one of my favourite albums of all time. So that was bound to be in here. There's 9 albums I've done today. I was going to go through them in alphabetical order. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to go through the year? So, the first album we're going to be selecting today, and I've put them all on the windowsill so you can't see them in shot and go, what's he picked? I've got 6 of these on vinyl, 3 of them I haven't, so I'll be talking about those, probably putting a picture of the album art at the top corner and talking about those. But the first 3 at least I've got on vinyl. So released on the 15th of March 1976 on Casablanca Records. It is the band's 4th album. Of course, I am talking about Destroyer by Kiss. Probably one of their best albums, a more polished sound than on the first 3 albums. We've got Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, and Great Expectations on side 1. And then on side 2, we've got Flaming Youth, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Beth, Do You Love Me, and also the unlisted song here, Rock and Roll Party. Full of absolute classics, this is. My favourite from this album is probably Detroit Rock City. Absolute classic. And actually, God of Thunder is probably my favourite. I did do a whole ranking on the Kiss tracks. 64 songs, so go and check that out at the end if you're a Kiss fan. Yeah, but God of Thunder, brilliant track. Detroit Rock City, brilliant track. Some great album tracks as well here. There's not really a weak point for me. Of course, you've got the more poppy tune, Beth, which was Kiss's biggest hit, particularly at the time. I think it went to number 6 or something in the US Billboard charts. Released on the second side, I think, if I'm right, of Detroit Rock City. I think. But a great album art as well. A much more polished sound than their first album, actually. The first 3 albums, sorry. Produced by Bob Ezrin. That was a key why it was so polished, because the first 3 albums, the production was pretty poor. And it wasn't until Kiss released Alive that people realised, wow, this band is so explosive live and sounds so brilliant. And a lot of that was engineered into Destroyer. I mean, Kiss had an orchestra. Yeah, you wouldn't imagine that on many of their other albums. So, fast forwarding a week and 1 day, the 23rd of March 1976. This is a band's second release. I am talking about Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. I think not the title track, sorry. The first track on this album is the first Judas Priest track I listened to. Brilliant album art, by the way. And this is really the start of Judas Priest's career for me, because I'm not really interested in rock and roll over. So I consider this is Judas Priest's first release. And I mean, Victim of Changes, wow, absolutely fantastic. This released on the Gull label, the Rock and Roller, Sad Wings, and Sin After Sin albums were released on the Gull label. I keep saying Gull label, goodness knows why. On the Gull label, and then the other albums to come after that, Stained Class, Killing Machine, etc, etc, released on another label. I can't remember what label they were released on now. That's really annoying me, because I only did a British Still review the other day, but it's gone out of my head. Maybe you can let me know down in the comments if you know. But Victim of Changes, The Ripper, Dreamer Deceiver, and Prelude, Tyrant, Genocide, Epitaph, Island of Domination. Really, Victim of Changes, I think, is the highlight from this record. It's an absolutely fantastic track. It's one I go back to a lot, the record not so much, but still, it's a fantastic album from 1976. And as I said, that first track, and The Ripper as well, is an excellent track. So third up, it's another rock album from the 26th of March 1976. The third album, and don't tell my dad about this because I bought him this one for Father's Day. This is Jailbreak by Finn Lizzy. Brilliant. I think it's probably their best all-round album, featuring Jailbreak, Angel from the Coast, Running Back, Romeo and the Lonely Girl, and Warriors on side 1. And then on side 2, we've got The Boys Are Back in Town, Fight or Fall, Cowboy Song, and Emerald. And so many cracking tracks here, particularly some of the deep cuts from the album. Obviously, Jailbreak and The Boys Are Back in Town are the two that are most known from this album, particularly The Boys Are Back in Town for those who aren't into Thin Lizzy. But Cowboy Song, one of Thin Lizzy's best tracks, I think. Angel from the Coast, Running Back, Romeo and the Lonely Girl, Emerald, some awesome tracks on this album, and the album art as well, really good. And I think probably pound for pound, this is Thin Lizzy's best album. So for fourth up today, I haven't got this on vinyl, but this was the first international release from AC/DC, High Voltage. Good, well-rounded album once again. Not their best album, I don't think. I think the albums that come after this are better, but certainly from good tracks. It's a long way from the top, a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And again, if this is my first video of yours, I do read my notes on the screen, so apologies if I lose a bit of eye contact with you guys for a second. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll singer, The Jack, Live Wire, TNT, Can I Sit Next to You Girl, Little Lover, She's Got Balls, and the title track coming last. Well, some of these are still live staples today, particularly High Voltage and TNT. The Jack was played on the Live at River Plate album, I know that much, and I think it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. It's probably the 4th best known track. But some really good album cuts here. Rock and Roll Singer's a good track. She's Got Balls, Little Lover. There's not really a weak link here. I did say I've done an album review for this on the channel, so if you are an AC/DC fan, it's well worth checking out. I did say Live Wire was probably the weak link on the album, which is something I'd probably agree with now, but really good release from AC/DC as well later on in the video, so there's reason to stick around. I will be going through my top 3 of these 9 albums, but that is High Voltage by AC/DC. That is from, by the way, the 30th of April. I don't know if I said that. Right, we now go back to another one I've got on vinyl. The 17th of May, 1976. It's the band's 2nd album, released on Polydor Records. I'm sure it's Polydor. I think all their catalogues released on Polydor. And one of the best of all time. I did hint at it earlier. Rainbow. It is Rainbow Rising. I've got this on vinyl. On the other side, I've got Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, because it's kind of like a... I don't know what... It was meant to be like a... I'm going to show you this, actually. It's meant to be a reissue sort of thing, and I think it's a good idea, actually. It's got Rainbow Rising and Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. So you've got the inner bit, which that covers Rising, that covers Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, and it's got both records inside. But let's talk about Rainbow Rising. I mean, Rainbow Rising, I've done a review for this on the channel. I might revisit, actually, at some point, but yeah, one of the best albums of all time. I think probably the best hard rock album of the 70s, in my opinion. And probably at least in my top 3 of all time, if not number 1. Tarot Woman, Run with the Wolves, Starstruck, and Do You Close Your Eyes. But the particular favourite of mine, the particular highlight is side 2. Stargazer and A Light in the Black. Wow, 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 wow. Excellent work from Ronnie James Dio. Sadly, we've lost him now. He's been gone over 10 years. Ritchie Blackmore, and particularly Cozy Powell on the drums. It was a really good band for this album. Also, you've got Jimmy Bain on bass and Tony Carey on keyboards. Yeah, brilliant album from start to finish. A few, I wouldn't say weak links, but because the bar's set so high on some of these tracks. Tarot Woman, again, another fantastic track. The 3 that come in between track 1 and track 5, I'm not mad on particularly, but that's just because there's such a high standard in the other 3 tracks. But an excellent, excellent album. And I suppose an honourable mention towards Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow as well, which was released the year before that. But of course, only 2 of the members were retained from the Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow album, which of course were Blackmore himself, surprise, surprise, and Ronnie James Dio. The rest, I believe, were recruited for this album. So the other 3 members weren't in the previous album. So next we come up to the 6th album, which is the first and only one that isn't rock in this list, although some of these tracks potentially go towards pop rock. This is somewhat of a comeback for this artist, following album after album from the mid-60s to 1973. He did release the Serenade album, I think, in 74, could have been 75. But in 76, this is one of his best releases. The 11th of June, 1976, I'm talking about, and you might be surprised, but if you know me well, you'll know I'm a Neil Diamond fan. Beautiful Noise by Neil Diamond. A really good album from start to finish. Talking a lot about his home life in New York, where he grew up, and a brilliant album. Produced by Robbie Robertson of the band. Some great tracks here. Not in order, unfortunately, on the back cover, but I think I can work out in order. So on side 1, we've got Beautiful Noise, Lady-O, Stargazer, Don't Think Feel, and Surviving the Life. I think that's what's on side 1. And then opening side 2, we've got Street Life, If You Know What I Mean, Home Is a Wounded Heart, Jungle Time, Signs and Dry Your Eyes. Some particular favourites of mine of Neil Diamond's catalogue. The title track, excellent. Street Life, awesome track. Don't Think Feel, Lady O, Dry Your Eyes, Stargaze, if you know what I mean. There's just not really a weak link on this album, honestly. I think it's one of Neil Diamond's best albums, all written by him, which is key. Some of the albums that come before, Moods, I think all the tracks were written by Diamond on Moods, but Stone, certainly that's one of my favourite Neil Diamond albums, but not all the tracks written by him. Actually, only 3 out of the 10. But here, apart from collaboration with Robbie Robertson on the final track, Dry Your Eyes, this is all Neil Diamond material, and a fantastic album from 1976, and probably, apart from Hot August Night, Neil Diamond's second live album, probably the one I reach for most in Neil Diamond's catalogue. So the next two, I haven't unfortunately got either of these on vinyl. The first released, we jump to the second half of the year, and the next two are actually the second appearances from 2 bands in this list, because a lot of bands back then used to release 2 albums in a year. Quite incredible, really. The first from the 16th of October 1976, and scroll down a little bit for the track list here. That is Johnny the Fox by Thin Lizzy, the second from Thin Lizzy on this album. Again, on this video, another solid album from Thin Lizzy. It starts with Johnny, then Rocky, Borderline, Don't Believe a Word, Fool's Gold, and then on side 2, Johnny the Fox meets Jimmy the Weed, probably the first Thin Lizzy track I listened to. Love it. Old Flame, Massacre, Sweet Marie, and Boogie Woogie Dance. Quite a few slow tracks on this album, but equally matched by some of the brilliant hard hits on this album, particularly Johnny, Massacre. Massacre's brilliant live on Live and Dangerous. Rocky, Borderline, Don't Believe a Word, the shortest track by quite a while. That's quite a famous one. Fool's Gold is brilliant, as I said before. Johnny the Fox meets Jimmy the Weed is excellent. Old Flame, Massacre, Sweet Marie. It's actually tough. Looking at that track list, it does rival Jailbreak quite nicely. Has Jailbreak got 9 songs? I think Jailbreak's only got 9, or else I'd do like an album matchup. There's only 9 tracks. That's a little bit of a shame. Or else I'd do like an album matchup on these. That'd be quite exciting to do. But I certainly might do an album versus album, because they're very, very closely matched, hence why both of these are in my list. We then go to the 11th of November 1976 for the penultimate album of the video, and that is another Kiss album. Haven't got this one on vinyl again. It's Rock and Roll Over. I think one of their most underrated albums in their collection, actually, Kiss Rock and Roll Over. Again, some solid tracks. Calling Dr. Love, the most known, the only one that's really played on tour now, but Hard Luck Woman, in the same vein as Beth was for Peter Criss on Destroyer, was also a good single here. But I Want You, Take Me, Calling Dr. Love, Ladies Room and Baby Driver on side 1. Side 2, Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, Mr. Speed, See You in Your Dreams, Hard Luck Woman and Making Love. A few of these were played on the Alive 2 album. Making Love, Hard Luck Woman, Baby Drive wasn't. Ladies Room definitely was. Calling Dr. Love, and possibly I Want You. I don't think it was on the live album, but I could be wrong. But I think Take Me, I actually can't remember now. I know that Alive 2 features stuff from Destroyer, Love Gun and Rock and Roll Over, but there must have been quite a few of these on Alive 2, certainly. And for any of you thinking, he might do a video on 1977, that's potentially a hint for one of the albums on 1977. But again, another very consistent album. A few downs. I'm not too bothered about Baby Driver. I think probably only Baby Driver, but got a soft spot for Love 'Em and Leave 'Em. See You in Your Dreams, Mr. Speed, solid tracks. Making Love, a great hard hitter at the end of the album. Same as I Want You, Take Me, Calling Dr. Love. Probably, I think I've been a bit harsh on Baby Driver, but not really a weak link in that album either. So that is the 8th album of the day. And we go finally to the 9th album before we reveal my top 3, which I've still got to work out. I did put them on Facebook, but I might change my opinion after talking about them on YouTube for 15 minutes. This is the final album. It's the little brother, effectively, of the one that came the year before. And, it couldn't really be a list without Queen, could it? So this is from the 10th of December 1976, A Day at the Races by Queen. One of the best albums by Queen, criminally underrated because of its big brother, A Night at the Opera, which is seen as a lot of people by the best Queen album, which, to be honest, is fair enough. But A Day at the Races is very much a good album. Not my favourite album from 1976, I have to say, because I feel like side 2's let down a bit. Side 1 is belter after belter. Tie Your Mother Down, You Take My Breath Away, Long Away, The Millionaire Waltz and You and I. 5 awesome tracks, turn to those a lot. But side 2 I don't turn to so much. Somebody to Love, you might be surprised to hear me, and if you are a big Queen fan, I'm a big Queen fan myself, so I don't apologise. I actually prefer the version that was performed at the tribute concert of Somebody to Love by George Michael. I just think that his voice is tremendous, and that's the one I go to more than the Freddie version. White Man, don't really listen to it too much. Good Old Fashioned Loverboy, good track. Drowse, not so much. Tio Territory is a decent track, but I think the first side is really where this album shines. But that is the 9th album in this list. So, you might ask me, what are the top 3 from this year, in my opinion? Have I got all the top 3 on vinyl? I think I have. So, in 3rd place for this year, I'm going to put... You know what, I was going to put Beautiful Noise by Neil Diamond originally. But I'm going to change my mind, for this video at least. I'm going to go Jailbreak, Lizzy, 3rd for today. I'm going to put Johnny the Fox potentially in 4th. I said they were so well matched. But I'll go back to this album a lot. Angel from the Coast, particularly the album tracks on this album are excellent. So that's in 3rd place, Jailbreak. 2nd for this year, you could probably work out what's in 3rd here. What's in 1st. But the first release of 9 of the year, Kiss Destroyer, one of my favourite Kiss albums. And then rather inevitably, I hinted at it from the start, my favourite album of 1976. It's not Richard Blackmore's Rainbow, it's Rainbow Rising. Again, revealed it before, and slight hint with the rainbow shirt. But I really enjoyed that. Hope you all did too. Please list your favourites from 1976 down in the comments. And if you do enjoy this, I'll definitely do this for future years. I've got lists ready for 77, 79, 80, 81 and 78. I think it's a really good period actually from 76 to 81, particularly for me. And I hope you guys will be excited to see those videos if they come. So if you have enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts and leave your albums from 1976 down below. And subscribe for regular album reviews, top 10s and other retrospective videos as well. I'm trying to get this channel going a little bit now by doing regular uploads. So subscribing would be a massive help for me. I've got some album reviews on the channel and I'll be featuring a few of the album reviews I've done for these albums in the end screen so you can watch it straight after. I've done a review I think for Rising. I've done a review for... I don't know what I've done a review. I've done a review for High Voltage, definitely. I don't think I've... No, I haven't actually done any of the others. So, might be worth doing a review for Jailbreak and Johnny the Fox at some point. But definitely Jailbreak, because I have got that album on vinyl. But, yeah, what year would you like to see next? I suppose that's the question. I've got lists for 77, 78, 79, 80 and 81. I think I'm going to do one a week, just to spread them out a little bit. But let me know what you want to see next. And, as I said before, if you've enjoyed, leave a like. Comment your albums down below. Really be excited to hear what your favourites are from 76 because there are a hell of a lot of albums from 76 I haven't included. I'm sure you guys have got your personal favourites, so I'd love to hear those down below. But thank you for your company. I hope you guys have enjoyed your little 18 minutes of music today. And hopefully, if you did enjoy that, you'll go on to view more of my content. Thank you very much for watching. I've been TIJ Music. Till the next time, I'll see you all later. Goodbye for now.